Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm here with Matt and Adamo to speak about a potential new owner. Yeah, very weird breaking news coming to us live just a couple of hours ago. Apparently, an entrepreneur from Thailand, B. I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce the last name there, but apparently he's an investor from Thailand who's interested in buying some of Milan's shares. And today we're pretty much gonna discuss about that. Matt, I'm gonna start with you. What was your first impression when you heard that another investor is currently interested in buying some of Milan's shares? Of course, we heard about Peter Lim there earlier this year. But now a new name is in the game. What do you think about this guy?
Actually, it's funny because prior to the actual conference, I sent out a tweet from our Twitter account saying, how crazy would it be? Obviously, it's not going to happen. But if Sir Berlusconi announced that he's selling the club, and I said like dream on, that's obviously a joke. And it's funny, a lot of people tagged me in it afterwards, and I kind of laughed a little bit because the thought of, we obviously have heard this many times and we talk about it constantly, that in order for Milan to actually get back to their old ways, they probably are going to have to sell the club. And sure enough, this might be the closest chance of that actually happening. Of course, Peter Lim was one of the guys who wanted to buy at least a portion or get a part ownership of Milan. I believe it was last summer. But of course, Silvio kind of put that and denied that offer. Well, when I first heard it, I was kind of surprised because I feel like this announcement came out of nowhere, especially ahead of two big games that Milan surely need to get a result out of. Again, I was shocked, but overall, I think it's pretty exciting for Milan fans because it's well documented just how dislikeful Silvio is as an owner, at least recently, and most people are understanding of the fact that he was a huge part in getting Milan to where they are now. A very successful club, the Champions Leagues, what have you. But most people feel that it's like a thanks, but it's time to move forward. Similar to what Inter did with Maratti, sold the club, and he, for the sake of the club itself, and then the team he built, kind of handed it off to an investor that might be able to take it to the next level. So I'm pretty excited to see how this develops over the next few months.
One thing's for sure, it's going to be a very exciting 2015 with the whole stadium situation, a potential new owner now. It's going to be a crazy year, that's for sure. Let's hope something concrete happens beforehand, but I don't know, with just a few weeks there remaining in this year. Adamo, of course, Milan have declared that the price for all the shares is 900 million. That is a big asking price there, of course. But you would expect that kind of price with such a prestigious club as Milan, of course, with so many trophies and history and background to go along with it. Now, of course, B said that he would like to buy Milan, but they're asking just way too much. He probably wants to find something in between, but let's be honest. Peter Lim was actually offering like what, half of what Milan's total shares were, probably 450, 500 around that area. Now, could there be some sort of agreement in between that price and Milan's asking price, maybe about 700? What do you think? Milan would accept, or Berlusconi is just way too greedy?
I think Berlusconi is way too greedy, and also the sense that he's constantly being convinced by Lady B, of course, to keep the club, and she wants him to keep the club. She wants to work with the club. I've heard reports of his other children saying they want him to sell it, but he hasn't been budging with that, and he's really stiff with Milan. He always says how he loves the club, but he doesn't do too much for it. So, I think, the price will be raised by Mr. B over there. Yeah, hopefully they meet somewhere in the middle. Something happens. I don't know. But if it does happen, I wouldn't be too upset about it. I'd be pretty happy. Bright things to come, maybe not. I don't know.
Well said, well said. And just something that came to my mind. Guys, if Mr. B does buy the club, we'll have a Mr. B and a Mrs. B running the other stuff. What a perfect combination, guys.
Woo!
Doesn't get better than that. Really, that's incredible. Matt, one final question, really. Do you think it will happen or no?
Honestly, I highly doubt it will, and for many reasons. Obviously, it's like I mentioned before. They've probably received numerous amount of offers because what investors see as this with Milan, despite their recent just downfall, the name is still very marketable. It's very you can make a ton of money with this brand alone. Um, people, of course, people still want to go and buy Milan jerseys. People still, you even saw Torres, although he is in probably the worst part of his career, people still desire Milan from being a player to being an investor. And I think it's a big business opportunity for people trying to make a statement. And I'm assuming this guy B, I'm not going to pronounce his last name because I'm out of respect of him. I'm sure he sees this as a big opportunity to kind of put a stable into football, similar to what Thorhir did with Inter. Again, gut feeling, I don't think it happens. I think Silvio's trying to set up Barbara to be the predecessor or the successor of the club, and hand down the club, of course, when he retires. I don't think it's gonna. I think he wants to try to keep it within the family.
Well said, well said. We'll definitely know more about the situation in the next coming weeks. Of course, guys, we'll keep you updated on our channel, so make sure to subscribe to Rossoneri TV for all that, for everything Milan. Thank you, Matt and Adamo, for joining me. I'll see you guys soon. This has been Gio, Adamo, and Matt, signing off Rossoneri TV. And as usual, Forza Milan!
Forza
Forza
Milan.
B.